Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Speech 101. This is my informative speech. What are my rights? You have the right to remain silent. In America, these are words that many of us are very familiar with. Due to popular culture, even if you haven't dealt with the judicial system in America, we all know that these words have significant meaning. Mainly because they're being said at a time when it's causing someone an immense amount of stress because they know they are going to face the American judicial system. That's why today I wanted to inform you of what the Miranda rights are for all American citizens. Merriam-Webster defines the Miranda rights as the legal rights of an arrested person to have an attorney and to refuse to answer questions. Though throughout the United States the language slightly differs, these are the Miranda rights for all American citizens. The first right you are afforded is you have the right to remain silent. According to legal firm, you do not have to answer any questions posed to you except for what your name is, your address, and your date of birth. Anything else, you don't have to say. And according to LegalZoom, that silence cannot be used against defendants in court. Knowing that you don't have to say anything is crucial to the fundamental understanding of one's Miranda rights because those words have meaning therefore after. The second right you are afforded being anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, acknowledging that if you do decide to speak to law enforcement, individuals have to understand that according to Teen Vogue, those words are often used against them by the prosecutors. Essentially, LegalZoom says that those who waive the right face the prospect that their statements will be used against them in court. Once understanding all of your words now carry considerable weight, the next right you are afforded becomes even more essential because you have the right to an attorney. LegalZoom says if the police try and question a suspect after an arrest, they must stop the interrogation if the suspect requests an attorney. So at any point during an interrogation with law enforcement, you can stop and say, I would like an attorney. Because having legal representation is in favor of a suspect, and for them can afford time for you to consult with a lawyer who can help navigate the legal system and safeguard your rights, according to Teen Vogue. When faced with law enforcement, the idea of obtaining that legal counsel can seem very daunting, especially the financial stressor of it. That's why understanding your next right is pivotal and helps alleviate that stress. Because your next right being, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. This statement lets anyone know who is facing legal proceeding that they are entitled to legal counsel, regardless if they can pay or not. According to LegalZoom, the suspect must be told a lawyer will be provided without any charge if needed. This reiteration helps the suspect feel that they don't have to let the idea of obtaining legal counsel dissuade them from exercising their rights. According to Teen Vogue, without this additional advisory, the caution of the right to consult with an attorney could be misunderstood and rendered meaningless. The last right aims to make sure that both the law enforcement representative and the suspect understands and adheres to the suspect's rights. The last right being, do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? Officers need confirmation for questioning from a suspect that they have understood their rights because it determines what evidence after that can be used in criminal proceedings. Because if the suspect being arrested answers no to this question, the officer must reread the suspect's rights to make sure that they understand their rights upon arrest, according to law firms. This understanding of a suspect's rights is pivotal. It dictates all further criminal proceedings. And according to Cornell Law School, without a Miranda warning or a valid waiver of the Miranda rights, statements may be made inadmissible at trial under the exclusionary rule. It helps prevent parties from using evidence at trial which had been gathered in violation of the United States Constitution, because any evidence that is said, if your Miranda rights are waived, can no longer be used. And these rights combine to make the Miranda rights for all United States citizens. It is what stands to give individuals fair standings when it comes to dealing with the judicial system in America. In conclusion, these are the Miranda rights afforded to all American citizens. And so next time you or someone you know hear you have the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. And do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? Remember, you have the right to remain silent. Thank you.